So we were going to talk about, we were trying to figure out what to talk about, but maybe we just talk about how long it's taken us to start, just do a take of a podcast.
Right.
Idea started in, I think, 2023.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, because this is our third iteration of what to talk about, what to call it.
Yeah.
And
it's fine.
I mean, it's never been like this, oh, we're going to get rich, we're going to get famous, but
yeah. The idea is that we always have really good conversations, right?
Yeah.
Like we're always talking, we're always FaceTiming.
Yeah.
When we're together, we're having a great time. And we're like, why don't we record some of these conversations? Like,
right.
We should just record it.
Right.
And then it became like, podcasts are cool. People listen to podcasts. Maybe we should do an audio podcast. Like I've done little bit of an audio podcast before. Yeah. And it's like, well, why don't we try video? People like video. So
yeah. And it seems like right now in 2026, people are watching more podcasts versus listening.
Yeah.
I also heard this cool statistic about a podcast that, what was it? It was over 50% of the American public listen or watch to at least one podcast.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right?
That's huge.
That is huge. You're talking like what, 150 million people?
Yeah.
That are consistently listening to something or watching something. And so we have fun talking to each other and we make each other laugh. So it's like, why not just sit down in front of a couple microphones and a camera and see what happens, right? So here we are.
I mean, I'm always listening to something, like as a dad, as a busy person in my 40s, running a house, working, like I'm always listening to something. So I watched a fair amount too, but I listen to a lot of podcasts if I'm doing the dishes or laundry or cleaning or whatever. Yeah. So doing it in the car. So it's good. The idea is just to hopefully give people a little peek into our fun,
boring / fun existence. We're just a couple of normal dudes that, have families and jobs and responsibilities.
Yep.
Whenever we chat, it's like we get this little break from reality almost.
Yeah.
Like we can just have fun and let go and kind of just talk about whatever. And because our subjects range wildly depending on the conversation that we're having. And so that's like, there's probably other guys out there that do similar stuff, but we thought, well, why not just, it'll give us an excuse to, every week to sit down, whether it's going to be face to face or it's, virtually and just have a fun little chat. And then we've also captured it, recorded it, and we'll have that kind of as like a timestamp in our lives for what we were going through at that point, and we can look back on it and be like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. We're a bunch of idiots trying to sound cool sitting in front of cameras.
I think that ship has sailed.
What?
The cool ship.
The cool ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
My 13-year-old always tells me, well, she doesn't tell me directly, but I can tell if like we're in public and I try to do something that I think is funny or cool. And she's like, no, Dad, or gives me that, like smirk, like, or embarrassed, like, Dad, stop it.
You know who will always think that we're cool though?
Who?
Our wives. Our wives will always think that we're cool.
Are you sure about that?
Well, okay. I was speaking more for myself.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Sarah thinks you're cool, but I think she loves you. I think our wives love us and they think we're cute. I don't know.
Okay,
cool,
well,
though.
I think I was maybe confusing cute and cool.
Yeah.
Because
that's definitely two very different things.
Yeah, that's true. We're probably more cringy than we are.
Yeah, I mean, we're like funny with each other. We think ourselves are funny.
We do, and that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
gonna have a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, we're doing this in a kitchen.
Yeah, conversations at the kitchen table.
Yeah, yep. So you're going to hear noise in the background and, stuff.
And we're not going to take a break for people that want to walk through, if you're standing
or, hang out outside.
If you're standing off camera right now, we're recording.
We are recording.
And you can either come through or you can go back outside.
Yep.
So
that's what I would tell somebody.
Yeah, I would say that.
If they were,
if there
off
was
camera,
a young
off
person over here to the side.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, honey. I mean, we're like literally right in the middle of recording. So what you could do, if I were a young child, I would go back outside and I would go around to the front door.
I mean,
or do what just happened.
That was just, there was an elephant that got loose, a baby elephant. So you couldn't see it. It's just off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the podcast idea. Every week or whenever we put podcasts out, we'll try to have an interesting topic to talk.
We're going to try to do the podcast weekly. We'll see how it goes because we're both busy, have lots of responsibilities, have, not much free time, unfortunately. Yeah. But I think we should be able to make something happen on a fairly consistent basis.
Yeah. Here I am just setting us up for once a week. That's probably not going to happen.
No, I think it is. I think
maybe we record once a week. As we learn how to edit things and how quickly we can get content out, then we'll see how it goes.
I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what else should we talk about?
Let's talk about sports because it's spring and our favorite baseball team is getting ready to start on opening day here. And
yeah. Just within the next week.
Yeah. The Phillies
will be into the regular season.
Are our favorite sports team.
Yeah.
Go Phillies. Yeah. So, I've been keeping up with a little bit of the spring training games and seeing what's going on in the off season. The Phillies have made some interesting decisions.
Interesting trade decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. And, re-signing decisions. This is old news at this point, but, we're bringing back kind of the same core group that's been we've been on a run with for the past few seasons, just can't get over that postseason hump, with it's like we've had good regular season records, but then the postseason comes and it's kind of like we tend to fall apart a little bit. So
yeah, it's almost like the original team from the regular season just disappears. It's like they decide, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done for the year. We've had a good run now. Now we can just take a break.
Right. It's the pressure, it's like the pressure of that time of the baseball season. You've already played 162 games regular season, right?
I could do that.
And then
it's no problem.
And then you're like, oh, okay. So now we're starting at 0 in the postseason, but you have all the best teams that are playing against you. So I get it. I get the pressure, but you're also getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars in some cases. You need to deliver.
Yeah.
Right? Your fans expect it.
Well, especially in the postseason.
Yeah.
You've had all this practice all season to actually make it to, somewhere that counts.
Right.
Right. I mean, you can have a pretty crappy record and still make it to the wild card.
Yeah.
Right. So if you have a great season, awesome. But then once you get to those playoffs, it's time to buckle down. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a lot to be said about like what kind of attitude you have when you come into the season. And some of these guys, I'm sure they're getting frustrated. You got like our franchise player, like Bryce Harper. We re-signed Kyle Schwarber, re-signed JT Realmuto. These guys are getting old too. Like as far as sports are concerned,
they're going to start getting hurt more.
They're old guys at this point, and we just keep re-signing them. And trust me, like I love all these guys. Like I love JT. I think he's great for the team. I think he's great for the culture. Has been one of the best players, catchers, and overall players in the game. Bryce Harper, he's been in the spotlight since he was like 7 years old. And he's just, he's a phenomenal player, but I think everybody can get in their own heads. And I've been complaining to some of my friends about like Bryce just doing a little too much talking, like he's doing interviews and stuff. And I just think he's gotten in his own head a little bit. That's just from my,
your humble opinion,
my very important perspective. My humble opinion.
Well, I'm sure that, Popper's going to play this video for the team.
Yes.
Before the first game.
Yeah.
To kind of just get everybody in the right mindset.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They'd be like, look, I found these couple of guys. They're from the Philadelphia area. I think what they had to say was really important and you need to hear it.
Yep. I agree. 100%.
Mm-hmm. So
if you're listening, listen, just don't let us down in the postseason.
Like, Bryce, we all know you're amazing. You're good. You just need to settle down. Okay.
Yeah. Here's some advice, Bryce. Just hit the ball. Just put the ball in play.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit a home run every time you're up to bat. Yeah. Literally, if you just put the ball in play, the chances are going to be way better of you scoring a run than potentially just swinging for the fences every time you're up to bat. That's my advice, Bryce. You want to take it? or leave it. I hope you take it, because it does get a little frustrating when I see you come up to bat and you're swinging so hard and you just whiff every single pitch that comes down. I know you're working on it too, because I saw an article that you recognize your hit percentage is low or something along those lines. And I know you're working on it, but that would be my advice. I'd love to see you just put the ball in play, let all the other guys get the ball in play and score runs that way. We don't need to concentrate all the time on hitting home runs.
Well, and I think that goes not just for Bryce Harper too. I think that, these other guys need to kind of follow that same philosophy. I feel like they're all going up there. You talk about Trey Turner, you're talking about Kyle Schwarber, all these guys that are Kyle Schwarber's usually the DH, many times he's the DH. And so he comes up there and, he is trying to just knock that ball out of the park. Yeah. And we just need a base hit. We just need to get you on base. And, and you can just get those little legs of yours going, run as fast as you can.
I love you, Schwarby, but maybe we just get you on base and then we get a pinch runner in.
Yeah, that works too. You're the DH. You've got one job, bro.
Yeah.
You've got one job.
Just hit.
Just hit the ball.
It's not necessarily designated home run hitter.
Right.
It's just hitter.
Right.
Just hit the ball. Oh, and I've also heard Bryce talk about, and others, how hitting in baseball is like one of the hardest things you can do. So if you're looking at any sport, any professional sport at all, the hardest thing that a lot of people say to do is to hit a baseball, especially one that's coming at you between 90 and over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I would not obviously be able to do it.
Clearly.
Like these guys are pros.
Yeah. And I love baseball so much.
Yeah,
and
for sure. Me too.
At the end of the day, I don't even ultimately care if we win or lose or win a championship or not. Like, people in Philly, or if they heard this, are cringing because everybody wants the parade down Broad Street and the World Series ring. But I just love the game, I love the time of the year. And I talk about this with other people too, and they disagree with me a lot wholeheartedly. It's like, I don't really care. Because I love baseball, and part of that baseball that I love is the fact that it brings people together. The weather is incredible. Just the atmosphere going down to Citizens Bank Park. We go to games a lot together, and it's just so much fun. And that's why I love baseball season.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why I love it too. It's mainly about spending time with my family and friends and enjoying this game. And it's not, it can be, it's family friendly. It's a really family friendly sport, especially when you go to the games live. You can take your kids and you can have a really great time just going to a ball game. And it's not, insanely expensive, like going to see an NFL game. NFL stadiums and teams have kind of priced out a lot of their fans because they just can't afford $300 for a ticket,
to sit in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You can still get a decent seat for a Phillies game or an MLB game for like $50 or even less sometimes, depending on how quickly you buy it or whatnot. So it's fun.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to the Phillies season getting kicked off here soon, and the spring weather starting, and we made it through the winter. My God, was it a long winter?
Yeah, for Pennsylvanians, it was kind of a crappy winter.
It's always a crappy winter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Winter's just crappy.
Yeah, and the older I get, the less I can tolerate it as well.
That's pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
That's why you hear about all the older retired people going down to Florida.
Yeah,
retiring.
Yeah, if I could afford that, I would totally be hanging out down in Clearwater.
Yeah, Clearwater. Oh, I'd love to go to Clearwater. At least to be a snowbird. I would love to be like gets cold, I'm flying to Florida for the winter. Come back in, maybe May when the weather's getting nicer up here in Pennsylvania. That's not going to happen for a while.
No.
We got to work. We got things to do, kids to raise.
We got a podcast to make.
We got a podcast. Well, we can do that from anywhere, but
that's true.
Yeah.
But I like doing these face-to-face podcasts. I think this would be fun to try to do this maybe once a month or once every 6 weeks or something like that. If we can manage to make it happen, we'll kind of see what the consistency of this whole thing looks like. I don't want to become a statistic in podcasts. I would love to try to make a go of this thing. And honestly, if we get a handful of listens out of it, then really it's a success. It's more about hanging out with you and just shooting the bull,
Yep.
just having a little drink of coffee and just, enjoying a little chat and not try to forget about that we're sitting in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, like just try to have a normal conversation like we do, We've said so many times about when we're on a FaceTime, like we should have just recorded this. This would be a great episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we have some really good conversations.
Yeah, we do. We do.
And it's always missed. And it is a little bit different when you're sitting in front of a microphone or camera.
It is.
You try to make it feel more natural, but...
And I think with time,
it
will get a lot easier for us. I think that these first episodes we're going to look back on them and probably cringe.
Yeah, I'm already cringing.
I'm cringing inside.
I'm cringing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm awkward.
I can feel my stomach's like tied up in a knot,
I'm not quite that level.
Well, that's me.
That's okay.
That's me and my forever anxiety
Settle
that
down.
I have. Yeah.
Settle down, bro.
Yep. What else should we talk about?
You got a birthday coming up.
No.
Yeah, this guy is going to be 28 years old.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Right? I mean, I'm aging pretty well, aren't I? Right? For 28?
Don't look a day over 22.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just lost our hair early. I'm 16.
Well, I still have more hair than he does, but not much. I just am lazier than he is. And so I don't cut my hair as frequently as he does.
Yeah, this is long for me.
Right? Right. I can actually see hair.
Yeah, a little bit. What little I have left.
Yeah, you better get that.
Gone.
You better shave that off. It's going to create drag, a lot more wind resistance for all that running that you're going to do.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. We could talk about being dads,
Well, yeah. Yeah, being a dad has been the biggest challenge in my life so far, but also the greatest joy. And I know that sounds super cliche, but it's true. It is so true. I got to think about it back before I had kids, and I don't even really remember that time at all. And I can't even imagine it, like not having my family, like having my kids and my wife, and like that'd be like such a horrible existence. Like
I feel like
I would hate that.
We'd be like completely different people.
Yeah.
If we didn't have our wives and our kids.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have shaped us without sounding too philosophical or whatever. But like we have became the guys that we are today because of.
That's true.
Because of our wives and because of our amazing kids that we have. So, and not many people can say that. And honestly believe like they are the best things that have ever happened to me. You know? And just like you said, I wouldn't be the same. I don't know what I would be if it weren't for them. So being a dad is the most amazing job, but it's also the hardest, the most expensive, the most stressful, fill in the blank of the adjectives that describe difficult, but rewarding. The most rewarding job that you're ever going to have too is, seeing these kids kind of grow, because, we're at slightly different stages of parenthood, because you're, a few years younger than me. So I had kids first. And so my kids are both in the teenage years entering into the high school years. And so to see them grow, and so much growth happens at these different stages of their lives, and how they become these individuals, and how they form their own little lives that they're having, and their own relationships and their own experiences. Yeah. It's cool to see all that happen, because when you think back to like, hey, my oldest is 17 years old. 17 years in my thinking is not a huge amount of time. Right? But it's literally her entire life. Yeah. And so like, so true. That has gone by so quickly. But when you think back to when I think back to when I was 17, I was like, you felt old. Yeah. You felt like you were grown up. Oh yeah. I used to think I knew everything, and that I'd been alive for so long, especially by 17, even 14. When I was in like 8th grade. I was like, I know it all. There's nothing else to know. There's nothing else to learn. But like when you become a parent, and you are, there from when they're born, and you watch them grow all the way up into their teenage years, you're like, well, that was just like 17 years ago. I mean, 17 years really isn't that long. Right. No, not at all. It's wild. It is. Time is a weird and wild thing when you step back and look at it through that perspective and point of view. It's crazy how fast it's gone by too. Like when you're in it especially when they're little, it feels like it's never going to get better. Like there's all these really bad days that you have because, you're dealing with just them learning their emotions and learning how to, do stuff. And, the baby stage, the toddler stage, the little kid stage, and all of the fun that comes along with that. And, and all the, the not so fun,
the things. Sleepless nights,
I can remember when you and your wife were first having kids, how you would show up and just look, both of you would just look like you'd just been through it. And they're like, we haven't slept in months.
It's true. Our oldest literally didn't sleep through the night for 2 years. Yeah. And so people think that sounds so crazy because I don't know if it's everybody, but I hear a lot of people that I talk to that have new babies and they're like, oh yeah, they sleep through the night already. That's like 2 months. I'm like,
that was my first. I mean, she was colicky, but it only lasted 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And so after we got through that brutal time period, she finally got into a routine and started sleeping through the night.
Yeah. I mean, our oldest had her moments when, was sleeping through the night, but it wasn't consistent for 2 years.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of, the colicky stuff when she was a baby. And then it just became like more of an attachment thing and not feeling comfortable or whatever, all the way through the night. So it was tough, but man, it feels like ancient history too. Thinking back on it, like feels like so long ago. Now I've got almost high school and almost middle schooler. So that's coming up quick.
Yeah. And like all our kids are like pretty self-sufficient now too, like we used to have to do everything for them.
Right.
Yeah. And now they can pretty much take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Just with a little bit of direction here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to you earlier today, like how when the kids were little, we had a lot less time to stare at the little rectangles in our pockets, right? Like I don't remember having that much opportunity for screen time.
Yeah.
When the kids were little, because you're just busy tending to them.
Oh yeah. There was no time for that.
Right.
Yeah.
So now it's a lot different.
It was different too when they were even that like long ago. Like I think back, my oldest was born in 2012. So even in 2012, like phones were different.
That's
what
true.
You did on them was different. Yeah. Now it's just become like everybody has one constantly. We use them for everything. And it was a little bit like that back then, but nothing like it is today.
That's for sure.
And it's just getting worse, our whole lives are lived online, consuming content, making content.
Yeah. Yeah. We're feeding the beast.
Yeah.
Right now is what we're doing, You
can't beat them, join them.
Yeah. Well, why not? Give it a shot,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a wild ride so far, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. It's going to be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, you're going to be on camera because we're still recording.
Yep.
Come on in, honey.
There isn't a pause button with the
younger
your
one.
Youngest one she went traveling through that tunnel right there. Or if you'd like, I could pop up quick. Absolutely.
Say hi. So this is real life,
Yeah.
Like there's no frills, there's no special effects. There's just two brothers sitting in a kitchen,
just
making
chatting,
a podcast
on a Sunday. We're like just hanging out,
We do live a little bit further away from each other, so it's nice when we can get together in person.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I'm just glad that we were able to make this happen.
Yeah.
Like I think this is going to be a good thing for us.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to be cathartic.
Right.
Just for us to be able to just chat on a regular schedule.
Yeah.
And, now that we're we'll work our way through the kinks of the software and stuff like that and learn it. Mm-hmm. And I think the preparation the second time around isn't going to take us hours like it did this time.
And hopefully it'll be less awkward as we go on. But maybe not, because we're awkward.
We are.
We're very awkward.
I'm just trying not to be awkward with you because like you're like one of the few people I can be myself around.
Right. Yes.
So I just want to be able to share that with others and maybe just give people a minute just to forget about.
Yeah. Just come and listen to our maybe pointless banter.
Yeah, that's
30 minutes. Like,
and and I'll say that for whoever's listening, if if you've made it this far, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching or listening or both, because we really appreciate it. We'll see what we can do to make something of this and just have fun. Like, that's really what I want to do, is just have fun with it, because we both love and hate technology at the same time.
Yes.
But we love exploring these new formats of things, new to us formats of things.
Yeah.
And just playing around.
Yeah.
So
it's fun.
We'll see what happens with it. So,
okay.
Thanks, everybody.
That said, peace.
See you next time.